Welcome back. I'm visiting with Representative Lenore Barrett, who is in her 10th term from District 35, and we've been talking about urban renewal. There are a number of pieces of legislation that have that are on third reading calendar or that are in various stages of the legislative process to amend laws relative to urban renewal. And we've been talking about the fact that presently, urban renewal districts are formed by counties and cities, by cities to go into a specific area and do a project of what they're saying is going to be an improvement for the area. Originally, when the feds set it up, it was to handle poverty-stricken areas or areas that they considered blight. And but now we're finding out that it's pretty much gives somebody carte blanche. If you're on an urban renewal board, if you're a commissioner, you're not really necessarily answerable to the people. And it also gives them the ability to go in if they have an area that they think is of interest to them and offer the people in that area a certain amount of money to take their property. And if the people don't want to sell, they can take it through eminent domain, which just seems like legalized plunder to me.
It's wrong.
Yeah. And one of the bills that you're looking at here, that I'm looking at here, says that that now, if this bill passes, that the plan will have to have be approved for an urban renewal area shall be limited to specific projects. In other words, right now, they aren't limited?
Mm-mm. You can start a project, and if you think you've got some leftover money and or you need a bond or whatever, you can just keep going. That's why we need a start time, a run time, and a finish time.
Absolutely.
And that does not exist at this point in time.
If you go to FY Idaho, there is a link to the legislature, and if you click on that link, you can go to the Bill Center, and you can look these bills up. 96, 97, 98, 99, 110, and 114 all have to do with urban renewal. And there was a bill, I think, 98, that had to do with just repealing it, but that hasn't gotten out of committee yet.
It's not dead yet.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so then House Bill 99 has gone to general orders, and general orders is a provision by which the legislature can change the bill. They can amend it in general orders and then bring it forth and vote on it. And that is, the statement of purpose says, an urban renewal agency may issue bonds required to finance such projects upon approval of 2/3 of the qualified electors voting in an election held for such purpose. Right now, they don't have to go to the people at all.
No, and they don't go to the people, so there's no vote. But it is consistent with our state constitution that when you're dealing with bonds, etc., you get a 2/3 vote. I don't recall, quite frankly, the issue was not the 2/3 or the concept. It was probably something a little more technical, and the sponsor did agree that, yes, it would make the bill better, more accurate if the change occurred. General orders is a little bit fearful because once you go to general orders, everybody and his dog can come in with an amendment.
Sure.
But so then you scrap that out. You say this is the one we want, you vote on it, and if you don't want that one, you vote no. So we'll see.
Now, another one that's on third reading, Vito Barbieri has introduced, and that's it adds a public hearing to the process of establishing an urban renewal project. So again, that's seeking some kind of communication with right. Okay, good. So it looks to me like all of these bills are designed at trying to include the public, trying to make them aware that, hey, you folks are paying for this, you probably want to have some say in it, and to notify people that presently, an urban renewal project can be approved by a small group of people that are not even answerable to the public. And so you want to change that to where they get voted upon by.
We need to bring the taxpayer back into the equation. Well, he never was there, so you can't bring him back. We need to put him into the equation.
So if you go to the legislative website and look under the Bill Center, you will find where these bills are. These were generated in the House, so when they pass, should they pass, they will go on to the Senate, they will go to the germane committees, and then they will go through the hearing process again, and that will give you an opportunity to participate. One bill that I think is very important that people know about is House Bill 117, which has been called the State Sovereignty or Nullification Bill.
Oh.
And that is over in the Senate now. And my understanding is Friday, February 25th at 8 o'clock, there will be a hearing in the Senate on this, and we haven't been given a place as of the airing of this program. But it's very important for people to understand what this is about, and this is an issue that has been near and dear to your heart for a long time.
Well, it's interesting because when we had the debate in the House, I discovered that apparently we have 2 United States constitutions.
Oh, really?
You didn't know that,
No,
did you?
I didn't know that.
Well, you dumbbell. Because it's their version and my version.
Okay.
Fortunately, my version prevailed, and I'm being a little flip. But I feel good about the fact that the House has responded to the people in this state, and that they did put that through, and now we're at the mercy of the Senate. But yeah, we have the constitutional right to nullify.
And what that means is, I think we need to be really clear to help people understand the importance of nullification or interposition. And this goes back to the Virginia and Kentucky resolutions by Madison and Jefferson, and without giving a big history lesson, the point is the 10th Amendment says that we already know that the federal government or Congress is supposed to be limited in their duties. And things that they don't cover, those are reserved to the states and or to the people. And I know that the Attorney General's office came out with an opinion against the ability to nullify. But if we do not have that ability, then why do we have state legislatures? We'll just let Congress, because Congress can write any laws that they want, and the states have no say, if that's the case.
Exactly, and although it wasn't specifically in the Constitution, I think Jefferson put it in the Declaration that if a law became egregious or the people wanted to, then, well, it would have to be an unconstitutional law that was egregious, I suppose. But then we could ignore it.
Well,
we didn't have to obey it.
Absolutely, and the thing that concerned me about the AG's opinion is that they said you would not be upholding your oath of office to uphold the Constitution, but you are doing just the opposite. You are upholding the Constitution and using the 10th Amendment that says the states do have a right to say that the Congress has been overreaching, and you are the first line of defense of the people.
They also threw in our own state constitution. We would be violating our oath to uphold that Constitution. But let me tell you something. That, I think, what is it, Article 6? Because our state constitution says that the U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land. Yes, we accept that. It is. But when it says, and the federal statutes made pursuant thereof. That's right. So if you got out of high school, you ought to know what pursuance means. And if you don't, you need to find out, because they don't have any more right to make an unconstitutional law than we do. And if it is unconstitutional, now we could argue, well, how would you know? Well, I'm not stupid.
And the people aren't stupid either.
If it's unconstitutional, we don't have to obey it.
We just want to encourage people to stay up on this. Friday, the 25th of February at 8 o'clock, there will be another hearing. We need people to turn out and exercise their constitutional right to say no to the feds when we think that what they're doing is inappropriate. And this is an opportunity for them to.
And I would really like for people to stay engaged on the nullification issue, because this is kind of a bellwether, if nothing else. Do the people support? It's the people's law.
It's protecting their rights. So be sure, and you can find this on fyidaho.com. Representative Barrett, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
And thank you. We'll talk to you next week.